NYIAX, I've given you a little bit of the background, but we took Nasdaq's marketplace technology, which is what powers more than, I think it's about around a third of all marketplace technology globally. That system's been around for 30 plus years. It's been applied in so many different environments, but the important thing is it's well-worn and well-tested, and it's trusted. Blockchain, so we're not necessarily always talking about cryptocurrencies. We're talking about the underlying technologies or a set of technologies which enable, essentially at the core, they all enable a jointly incentivized ecosystem. Having a jointly incentivized ecosystem, we've had to rely on innovation in large organizations. We've had to rely on somebody essentially to take the risk. The second thing is really the technology, and it's often talked about as distributed ledger technology, and it's more than just a distributed ledger, right? It really is made up of a few components. It's made up of cryptography. It's also made up of the distributed network itself, right? Which is what the distributed ledger part of the distributed ledger technology is referring to. This is where multiple parties, in the Bitcoin example, it's a lot of machines. It's tens of thousands of machines. The core thing here that I also want to point out is that it's not just about storing the value, as in the music asset itself, it's about describing how it interacts with people. What do we really mean by something of value, right? So what we're basically saying is that in the example of cryptocurrency, the description of essentially how much of that cryptocurrency you own. It's a relatively simple description. Identity takes many forms in the advertising industry. Identity is you or I as we log into our services on the web. But identity is also understanding which companies you're working with. Smart contracts, really, there's two ways to look at them. One is that they are a set of rules, a set of executional rules that exist. They're basically code which tell the blockchain what to do. There is some debate, certainly when it's a B2B environment, and of course when it's a B2C environment, that you don't necessarily want full transparency into everything that's happening inside an ecosystem. And that's where I think this public-private blockchain debate comes in. And there's hybrids of those two, which is, like I said, IBM blockchain, Hyperledger blockchain is leading the way there. A lot of talk about the protocol layer. The protocol layer is Ethereum, is Bitcoin, it's essentially the machines and the network of machines that are running the protocol. They're actually the distributed ledger machines. And that is something that you, unless you're building a protocol or you're a network layer or an application layer, you're probably not going to engage with it that much.